Hello everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, What's New in NX 8.5, Smarter Decisions, Better Products. This latest release of NX delivers more powerful tools and technologies for product development. The NX 8.5 includes productivity enhancing capabilities for design, simulation, and manufacturing. Good morning. My name is Jane Gardner. I'm with CamLogic, and I will be your host for today's presentation. First, I'd like to start by familiarizing everyone with CamLogic. CamLogic has been in the CAD, CAM, CAE space for over 35 years. The company was established 16 years ago, initially focused on CAM, servicing mainly the tool and die shops in the area. As the market has evolved, CamLogic has also evolved, interestingly working our way backward from manufacturing back to the conception of the ideal or design. So because we started towards the end of the process and worked our way to the beginning, CamLogic has the fundamental knowledge of what has to be done to assure that each step of the process will result in a product that will actually work or fit into the next phase of development. CamLogic was chosen to represent software and tools that enable our customers to fulfill the full cycle of product development. We consider ourselves integrators and partners for our customers, not just resellers. CamLogic employs the three-legged stool strategy. And what this three-legged stool strategy is, we partner with Siemens, offering the complete integrated Siemens portfolio for design, machining, analysis, and data storage and retrieval. We also partner with 3D Systems for 3D printing and rapid prototyping, and Romer and Creoform for 3D scanning for inspection and quality. So, now that you've heard a little bit about CamLogic and a brief overview, let's see what's new in NX 8.5. Within the NX team, they took a look further at the challenges. And it was very clear to them that the challenges you face today have subtle differences if you're in the product engineering team or the manufacturing engineering team. So what we'd like to do today in this presentation is split those challenges into two. Let's first take a look at how those challenges affect the product engineering. In today's presentation, I'll be discussing NX 8.5 enhancements in three areas. The first we'll look at the first we'll take a look at the CAD side, which is your product design. Second, we'll take a look at CAE, which is simulation. And then the third, we'll take a look at the CAM, which is manufacturing. So as I mentioned, let's start with product design. So here, what's new in 8.5 CAD? There's a wide-ranging improvements in many areas. These areas include fundamentals, HD 3D, feature-based modeling, freeform modeling, synchronous technology, routing, sheet metal design, reuse, visualization, drafting and PMI, and data exchange. Fundamentals and sketching. Customizable radial menus. It's now possible to customize the radial pop-up menus. Actually, interestingly enough, this was the #1 enhancement request for customers. Less and more dialog box versions. The NX 8.5 user interface provides you with as many or few options as you need with the new less and more dialog box versions, which are based on the role you are using. If you need fewer options, you get the simplicity of a less dialog. And if you need the versatility and options of the full dialog, you get the more options. See-through preview. This see-through preview highlights the feature being created or modified by de-emphasizing other geometry in several customizable ways, such as making them more translucent, changing their color, or applying edge effects to them. New measurement options makes it easier to investigate a model and determine clearances between objects or sets of objects. The new Simple Measure Favorites drop-down allows you to make quick, non-associative measurements with a very simple commands and dialogues. You'll also see enhancements within sketching. Sketch CSYS, Sketch Constraints, Sketch Dimension Creation, and Sketch Rectangle Constraints. Feature-based modeling. You can automatically close the profile to surrounding model geometry. The value here is to simplify the process of defining profiles, and it also simplifies the process of creating ribs by automatically extending the profile. In addition, Emboss Body is a new command that allows you to create intersections or unions between two solid or sheet bodies. This is useful for creating dies or ensuring sufficient clearance between two parts. Let's take a look at draft to surface. You can now add draft to a model using an intersecting surface, including non-planar surfaces, as the parting line. This draft can be one or two-sided. While this has been possible in the past, with this new functionality, it's significantly faster and more efficient with 40% fewer features and only a third as many commands as the old method. Users can now add draft to a model where the parting line is defined by an intersecting surface. So prior to the NX 8.5, a user would have to create additional geometry before he could add draft to the model, which would have to be selected for each draft face created, which in return would increase as the models became more complex. New selection rules make it easier to select the geometry you need when creating draft features and edge blends. For the helix enhancements, creating helical shapes such as springs or threads is easier and more powerful thanks to new commands which allow you to vary pitch and size, control limits with on-screen handles, and define your helix along a 3D curve. Synchronous modeling, improved problem area detection. So synchronous technology can now alert you when the changes you are attempting will cause potential errors so that you can adapt accordingly. In synchronous modeling, there is now improved recognition of problem area conditions that are likely to result in potential errors when moving or deleting faces. The alert message now provides improved clues to identify the error condition and offer potential solutions. For example, the faces on the center boss feature are to be deleted using the delete face command. An alerts message informs you that the remaining faces cannot adapt to close the area left by deleting the selected faces. Some possible solutions are given, such as using the cap option or deleting the blends first. This is a big time savings. New options in the delete face command allow you to easily select blend surfaces for deletion. You also have more options under the heal setting to get the geometry you want after deleting the face. A new feature in synchronous modeling, label notch blend. This new feature allows you to label faces as blends, adding intelligence to history-free data and making it easier to get the results you want when you use synchronous technology to modify the geometry. You also have the new step, face, and move behavior options, which gives you greater control of your geometry as you move face to modify it, meaning you are more likely to get the results you want the first time. Here you'll see with Freeform Modeling, you can enhance the visual display of your curved geometry by highlighting endpoints in several different ways. New surface analysis tools such as isoclines and reflection contours help you ensure that your surfaces meet all the necessary requirements. The new Mirror Assemblies command in NX Routing allows you to mirror routing objects to create symmetric routing networks, saving time and ensuring consistency. The Run Navigator command is now more powerful and versatile thanks to the ability to create runs, search runs by attributes, assign paths, activate and deactivate runs, and control the flow direction. The Unify Path command can now identify parts by their specifications, making it easier to find and replace components with the same specification. This is going to save time and ensures that requirements are met. And the Handrail Creator. The new Handrail Creator commands allows you to easily build handrails for platforms using a few simple parameters in the reuse library. Looking at sheet metal. Flange enhancement. It is now possible to create a flange on the linear edge of a deformed face formed by a dimple feature. You can then unbend or rebend the flange or create flat solid or flat pattern features. It's one more tool to help you create the shapes you need in sheet metal. NX's pattern feature functionality has been extended to NX Sheet Metal in 8.5. You can now pattern of any punch type feature, edge preparation features like break corner and chamfer and flanges, tabs and normal cutout features. Patterning saves a great deal of time when creating multiple similar features. You're going to see a Convert to Sheet Metal wizard. You can use the new Convert Sheet Metal wizard to convert a solid model into an NX sheet metal part. The wizard has many options for cleanup and conversions, such as edge rip, thickness, tolerance, bend relay parameters, and many, many more. This enables you to quickly generate a robust, reusable sheet metal part from a standard solid model. It's now possible to convert geometric conditions such as gussets, ribs, beats, dimples, and drawn cutouts when converting a solid model to sheet metal. In addition, the cleanup utility is able to infer the thickness of the new part, recognize B-spline faces in the model and convert them to a simpler form, and convert sharp edges to bend regions. Looking at reuse, adding deformable components from the reuse library. You now have the option of changing deformable perimeters on a part when you drag it from the reuse library. This makes placing your deformable parts quicker and much easier. Add reusable components preview window. When you add a component from the reuse library to an assembly, you have the option of viewing the component in a preview window where you can pan, zoom, and rotate it to verify that it does meet the needs before you actually place it. NX 8.5 gives you the option to add multiple occurrences of a reuse library component at the same time. This is especially useful for standard parts that are used in many places at once, for example, maybe fasteners. The new 3D dome scene background in the true studio environment maps a panoramic image into a hemispherical dome. And what this means is that you can pan around your model. It appears to be in realistic environment from any angle, which improves the quality of visualization. Moving into drafting. Here you see lightweight view. And what this is, lightweight view, you now have the option of creating lightweight drawing views. These views, which consist of JT faceted representations of model geometry, can be used for all drawing views, and it will reduce system resource usage, especially with drawings of large assemblies. Here in drafting, View Creation Wizard enhancements. The View Creation Wizard has been enhanced with new commands and options designed to optimize performance with large assembly drawings, such as the option to use lightweight views and showing a different set of view creation options if the assembly exceeds a user-definable number of components. You have associative view alignment. A new option gives you the ability to permanently align a view with other views when you are placing or editing it. This alignment will be enforced even if the views change or move, this giving you greater control over your drawing views. You'll also see weld symbol enhancements. You now have more control over weld symbols, including the ability to change the weld standard without having to reset the whole drafting standard in your NX session. The new weld symbol size factor function lets you control the size of your weld symbols more easily in NX drafting or NX PMI. Moving on with PMI, Product and Manufacturing Information. Here we're going to take a look at the PMI user interface enhancements. The PMI user interface has been simplified, and some commands have been renamed and moved to make them more intuitive to use. You can now use PMI assembly filters to exercise greater control over which PMI is displayed in which places, helping to clean up and manage your PMI. When trying to find the PMI associated with selected geometry, you now have the choice of viewing it in a permanent, or you can view it in a temporary file. When extracting geometry from a body, you now have the option of extracting PMI data along with it, reducing rework, and helping you create smarter models. With the data exchange, you have a DXF DWG export wizard. It's easier than ever to export data to DXF or DWG format with a new wizard for this task. It streamlines the process, gives greater control over export options such as 2D, 3D, and CGM, and it provides an improved user interface. The wizard now supports true type fonts and also international text as well. The JT translator. With this improved JT export interface, it's easier to control how your information is exported, and you can now save your configurations to a file so that you can use it later. There are more export options, including tessellation settings, line width, and others. In addition, the JT export now supports PMI weld labels, direction vectors and display planes, the ability to write attributes as strings, and the ability to write NX reference sets to a single JT file or as JT layer filters. When reading JT files, NX now translates the attributes of JT nodes onto the NX part, which makes it easier to understand the imported data. Okay, moving on from product design. Let's move into CAE simulation here. So what's new? You'll find new simulation and productivity enhancements in simulation modeling, engineering optimization, structural analysis, thermal and flow analysis, multi-physics, and motion analysis. Again, in simulation modeling, you're going to see the DXF DWG export wizard. Again, it's easier than ever to export data to DXF or DWG format with the new wizard for this task. It's going to streamline the process, give greater control, and provide an improved user interface. Also the JT translator, improved JT export interface, easier to control how your information is exported, and you can save your configuration to a file to use it later. Again, the same here with engineering optimization. You've got NX shape optimization, geometry optimization in NX thermal and NX flow. With this, you're going to have the DXF DWG export wizard, the JT translator, points from file. Structural analysis. You're going to have edge-to-edge glue and contact support for NX Nastran. Bolt preloads on solid elements for NX Nastran. And again, you have the DXF DWG export wizard, the JT translator, and the points from file. So, thus far, we've seen product design and simulation. Now we're going to move into manufacturing. NX 8.5 boosts part manufacturing productivity in the machinery, turbomachinery, aerospace, medical, and mold and design industries. You save time programming and machining parts with new machining operations, more tool path control, and easier ways to automate programming. Close the quality loop by creating CMM inspection programs and analyzing results all directly within NX. From NC programming through to machining, save on tooling costs, and use the right data with new tool library and CAD data management capabilities. Once again, you know, the NX team took a look and also looked further at these challenges and found that the challenges you're facing today, again, subtle differences whether you're in the product engineering team or the manufacturing engineering team. So what I want to do here is split those challenges into two. Let's first look at how those challenges affect the product engineering area. Here we'll start with mold design. Now, Cortex Systems is the provider of world-leading CAE products for the plastics injection molding industry, and the flagship product is called Moldex 3D. And Moldex 3D consists of three modules such as eXplorer, eDesign, and eSolid. The integrated product name is NX Easy Fill Analysis, which uses the eXplorer technology from Moldex 3D. The seamless integration leads the way to optimizations for not only part designs, but also manufacturing process parameters very early in the development process in NX without having to switch between CAD and CAE software. Moving forward with mold design, these new enhancements are very important, improving the overall mold design process through elimination of many manual modeling methods. Upfront part design validation for manufacturability and mobility in an integrated NX environment speeds up the decision-making process. And what you will see is parting surface automation, cooling channel design usability, reuse of standard parts, electrode design, and drawing automation. Looking at progressive die design, you're going to find intermediate stage design, which provides a preview during the intermediate stage creation. Direct unfolding, you have support non-uniform thickness parts for unform, EDW process design support, and drawing automation, which gives you improved template-based approach for drawing creation. NX CAM for industrial machinery and heavy equipment parts. Volume-based 2.5D milling provides a very fast and intuitive method of programming prismatic parts. You simply select faces such as walls and floors within on the 3D part model to define the machined volumes. An instant visual preview gives you fast and easy validation of the planned machining operation. Programming can be 5 to 10 times faster with this. The system continuously keeps track of uncut metal and minimizes air cutting, reducing machining time up to 10%. Multi-stage machining processes also track the in-process work for greater efficiency. Advances in feature-based machining automate the sorting of machining operations across multiple setups for faster, easier programming. NX-CAM 8.5 within Turbomachinery Milling has new options for roughing operations to improve machining efficiency for turbines and multi-bladed parts. And by adding depth to the slotting motion, you can assign higher feed rates or deeper depth to roughing operations. Additional operations for finishing blades facilitate rough finish iterations to finish thin blades more accurately and with a better surface finish. Mold and die. Valley rest milling is enhanced in the NX-CAM 8.5 with new hybrid Z-level and projected patterns that identify, sort, and prioritize the valleys to find the best cutting motions. And by combining steep and non-steep cutting approaches into a single pattern, you can easily clean out valleys with various orientations, and again, you can achieve a smooth, very smooth finish. NX CMM inspection programming. Now CMM inspection programmers can work directly within the same NX 3D environment as designers. While in this environment, programmers can use the product and manufacturing information, your PMI, and geometric dimensioning and tolerancing that are applied to the surfaces of the solid model. And what this means to you is you're going to be able to generate programs very quickly. The NX CMM 8.5 also provides time-saving features, such as new collision avoidance methods that find key interferences and automatically resolve them. You can preview 5-axis scans with probe orientations to make sure the desired results are achieved, and more complex scans can span multiple features. With the NX CMM data analysis, you can now quickly see and evaluate your as-built measurements in a graphical environment right next to the as-designed models that drive your CMM inspection program. Putting the measurement results into context helps you find the most effective approaches to achieve quality improvements. Here we have the Manufacturing Resource Library. As an integral part of a CAM data management strategy, the new MRL, Manufacturing Resource Library, is used to manage tooling, vendor catalogs, and preferred tool assemblies, as well as your custom resources. So the MRL stores and classifies its content actually in Team Center, which is Siemens PLM software's comprehensive system for managing product lifecycle management data, and also processes with a full range of search functions and graphical displays so that you can easily find and access your tools. From NX-CAM 8.5, you can now search the cutting tool library, find the tools you need, and pull accurate 3D models for the selected tools directly onto your CAM programming session. So last, to go along with the CAM data management, this is excellent source of efficiency for the shop floor. This is the Shop Floor Connect for Team Center. And what this is, Shop Floor Connect for Team Center delivers CNC program files directly to machine controllers. So this gives direct machine controllers more than just a traditional DNC system. The connection to the centralized Team Center database ensures that manufacturing data is secure and the manufacturing plan to production process is controlled. It avoids data duplication and manages revisions to make sure the correct manufacturing data is used on the shop floor. So with Shop Floor Connect, machine operators can directly access production release data. Using job numbers or work package identifiers, operators can locate the correct data files needed for production, including CNC programs, tool list, setup sheets, and drawings. With CNC programs are created, modified, or optimized by the production team, they can be saved and maintained as new data and revisions to existing data. So, this concludes the What's New in NX 8.5. Again, I'd like to thank you for your time and interest. Should you have any questions and or requests, you can reach me directly. My contact information is here on the screen. Again, I am Jane Gardner, Account Manager for CamLogic. My phone number is area code 248-969-9201, extension 6212. Or, by all means, feel free at any time to shoot me an email at janeg@camlogic.com. Thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your day.